Alright, hi there. I'm just making a quick video to show some of the improvements to weapon handling that I've made in the past couple days in Vertigo 2. So, these smaller weapons work kind of exactly the same. I made a little bit less smoothing when you're holding something with two hands. Before this, it was, it's perfect tracking when you're holding with one hand, but when you hold with two hands, it smooths it out, so it's easier to aim at things far away. I was doing way too much smoothing, and it just felt like you were like underwater. So that's improved. It's actually responsive to small motions now, which is great. For two-handed weapons this is the big change. So before now, when you grabbed onto the foregrip of a two-handed weapon with your left hand, it would just use the same right-hand tracking but smoothed it out, and it wouldn't take into account where your left hand is. Just smooth it out. So now it actually does proper two-handed tracking, so if you're holding a gun with two hands, you could aim it by going like this and not just going like this. So that's great. You can see right now I'm only moving my left hand to aim. And this is something that I got a request from a bunch of my testers, so I added it in. Let's see, there is some smoothing on this still, so it's easier to aim, which is good for something like the sniper rifle, where it really sucked to have to aim this with the raw VR input, because it's not the same as actually shouldering a real rifle. But the smoothing kind of emulates that. Let's see. I also reworked the recoil a little bit, but I don't know. It's all pretty similar. But see, I can aim shooting just by moving my left hand. It's awesome. I also I keep it constrained to this little sweet spot, which is within, I think, about 45 degrees of where your right hand is aiming the gun. So if I grab onto it, I can aim it left and right a little bit, but if I go too far, my hand lets go and it snaps back. And this is to stop the awkwardness of like being able to spin your gun around with your hands and finding it hard to let go. I think that's a good way of doing it, but I'll have to get some feedback on it and find out. Yeah, so this gets applied to all of the larger weapons. These smaller ones still just, you just aim with your right hand and your hands are close enough together that it feels fine. So all these big boys get nice two-handed aiming. Feels really good. It's a little bit more difficult to aim, I feel like, but that might just be because I'm very used to aiming just with the right hand. And since lots of other games do two-handed aiming, maybe players will be better at this. I hope I'm recording this out of the right eye, otherwise you wouldn't be able to tell how this aiming is. Do another shot out of my other eye, just in case. Yeah. And all two-handed weapons it works on. Even the shotgun with its sliding pump, it still continues to aim while you're moving that, which is pretty difficult to pull off. Let's see. And in addition to all this interaction reworking, I also rebalanced the health and the damage that weapons do. So before the player had like 20 health or something and everything was based on that. Now the player has 100 health. So everything has more health and everything does more damage, and that's just easier to work with those larger numbers, in my opinion. So yeah, not too much different.